faults on political office holders or candidates. That is, it is now the duty of so many individuals to find faults in political office holders or political aspirants or candidates. When this kind of character or behavior begins to show forth, it is a sign of political apathy, because such an individual tends to find faults in everything that a political office holder does. Refusal to take any political appointments. When an individual is given a political appointment or is appointed for a certain political post by the government, and such an individual refuses to accept this political offer, it is a form of political apathy. That is, the individual is saying, I do not want to engage myself in the running of the government. Discouraging others from political participation. There are certain individuals that they do not participate in politics, and when they see others participating in politics, they tend to discourage them, just so that every member of society would not participate in politics. And this is a form of political apathy. There are several causes of political apathy, and some of them are: 1. Bad governance due to corrupt office holders. That is, citizens of the state develop political apathy due to different reasons, and one of them is bad governance due to corrupt office holders. That is, when individuals that are holding public offices or political offices are corrupt, then it leads to bad governance, and this discourages the citizens from participating in politics. Bribery and corruption involved in politics. Some certain individuals decide not to engage themselves in political activities due to the bribery and corruption involved in politics in this nation. They do not want to be involved in any form of bribery or corruption that can tarnish their image. Thereby, they tend to develop political apathy and not take interest in political activities. Lack of trust in political leaders. In these parts of the world, the citizens tend not to trust the political leaders due to the bad leaders they've had in several years. And this leads to political apathy, because when the citizens of the state do not trust the leader that is leading that state, then it means the citizens will develop political apathy, thereby not participating in any activity whatsoever that has to do with politics and governance. Political killings and civil unrest in the society. It is no news that in this part of the world, political killings take place at any time and at any day, especially during election or close to election process. And to safeguard the life of several individuals, they tend not to participate in politics because they are scared of being killed or being kidnapped. Civil unrest in the society. There are several different political crises and uproars, and to avoid this, or to avoid being involved in this civil unrest, different individuals in the society decide not to participate in politics at all. Ignorance and illiteracy of citizens. When citizens of the states are ignorant of governance or what it takes to govern, or when they are illiterate when it comes to politics, they do not know anything about politics, governance, state, nation, constitution, policies, and so on, they tend to develop political apathy because they do not know what it involves, what it takes, what governance and politics entails. Therefore, they decide not to get themselves involved in political apathy and in political activities due to their ignorance. Political apathy should not be allowed to thrive in the nation. And by doing this, there is need to fight political apathy. Ways of fighting political apathy. 1. The citizens need to know and exercise their political rights. That is, the citizens of the state need to come to the awareness of their political rights. They need to understand their political rights so as to be able to exercise these rights. 2. The participation of everyone in politics is important for societal growth. When every individual comes to the knowledge that for the society to grow, for the society to develop, there is need for each and every one to participate in politics, then political apathy would decrease. Defending of our political rights against denial. That is, when individuals have already come to the awareness of their political rights, they will be able to defend these rights even when they are denied of their rights. For example, if an individual that has gone through the normal electioneering process is now denied of his right to vote without any due legal process, such an individual can stand up for his political rights and defend his political rights. Joining or registering with a political party. When citizens join or register with any political party of their choice, it propels them, it encourages them to participate in politics, it encourages them to get themselves involved in several political activities in the society. Participating during the electioneering process. This implies that when individuals and citizens of the state participate fully and participate well and appropriately during the electioneering process, the political apathy in the nation tends to decrease. Theme 3. Public service in a democracy. Public service refers to government-established agencies, parastatals, ministries, organizations that render public services. The officials working in these government agencies are known as public servants. The Civil Service Commission. The civil service is under the executive arm of government. It is the body through which public officials are employed. The public service runs with different principles, and these are: 1. Political neutrality. That is, public servants are neutral to politics. They are not to join any political party, but they can vote during elections. Their loyalty is to serve any government in power with commitment and dedication. 2. Permanence. That is, the tenure of public servants is not attached to a governmental tenure. This means that public servants will remain in service even if the government changes. C. Impartiality. This implies that they are to be impartial in discharging their regulatory duties, functions, and responsibilities without fear or favor of anyone. Functions of public service. 1. The civil service offers pieces of advice to the government in power on programs and policies. 2. The civil service implements the programs and the policies of the government. 3. The civil service manages and carries out the day-to-day activities of public administrations and so many other functions. Moving on to reasons for the shortcomings in the public service. It is of notice that the public service has some shortcomings, and these are due to some of the following reasons. 1. Bribery and corruption. Without collecting bribe, some civil servants can no longer render effective services. That is, some civil servants would no longer do a good job